Hello, my name is Nad from Neurographic Academy, and today I'm with Matthew. He's been our student from basic user course in Neurographica, and I want to ask him some questions. Hello, Matthew.
Hi, Nat.
How are you today?
Yeah, I'm very good. Very warm today.
Where are you from? Where do you live?
I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
Nice. And how did you find Neurographic Academy?
It was a very long search online, actually. So I heard from you from a psychologist. Her email newsletter, her name is Sarah Payton. She does all sorts of funny, I guess, alternative style things. And she attended a Neurographic class where they were drawing these, the one where you draw the outline of a person and then sort of draw the lines and interact with this figure that represents yourself. And she's like, this was an amazing experience. And I just had to know more. So yeah, lots of searching online and eventually found your Facebook group. A lot of it's in Russian, so it's a bit difficult for me at the time, especially mid 2020, which is when I joined you, I think around about July. Um, yeah, I think you're the only resource in English at the time. So, yeah, I joined your Facebook group, and I suppose the rest is history from there. I'm still here.
Yes, very good. And can you think back before you started drawing Neurographic, and now you've been drawing for how long now? Since
Let's say 6 months.
6 months. Um, can you say can you see what differences and share what differences do you see happen to you or you've been noticing?
I wasn't drawing at all, so I didn't even own a set of pencils. So on the very first invitation to one of these, what is it, Friday night class? For me, it's Saturday lunchtime. So yeah, the Friday night class. It was about 40 minutes before the class, and yeah, I got this invitation to come. So I literally ran to the supermarket, and I bought a packet of pencils from there, and then came back and like, yeah, I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, I just sensed something in it that is very liberating, and it provides a voice to the parts inside that aren't really able to express themselves. So um, I read a lot of books, and one book, and I would highly recommend it. It's a textbook by Ian McGilchrist called The Master and His Emissary. It's one of the sort of classic ones on neuroscience, and he had this question: why is it that the brain has two halves, the left and right hemisphere? And he went through 20 years of study to figure that out. And yeah, essentially, one part of your brain is words and logic and structure and squares, and the other part, the emotional center, is where the sort of meaning comes from. But it doesn't have words, and so I write. It has to pass through the left side to express itself, and I struggle to make this connection between feelings and articulating it somehow. And this form of non-verbal communication, that's where the growth has come from for me. And so, um, particularly, I did the 21-day challenge, and so I had this topic of compassion, and I just noticed a few things, like my relationship with that cat wasn't on the best of terms, and I recognized that, and I thought, oh, I wonder if I could do this as a drawing topic and just see what happens. It's pretty low stakes, I think. So yeah, I can honestly say through that experience of I didn't do it over 21 days. I did 21 drawings though, and it took me about 3 months, I think. But yeah, coming out the other side, I'm a different person, just able to somehow bring out things that just were always there, but just struggled to find a voice for themselves. And so being able to put it down on paper in the form of an image, you can kind of look at it and think, oh, I kind of see what's going on there. And then just wrap the words around this thing that didn't want to put itself into words in the first place. So yeah, that's really one of the main things for me, is where I get the value from.
Okay, great. So the cats cats, I know cats love Neurographica, and your probably cat is not an exception. They're wonderful, sensitive to energies. I want to ask you, how do you think there is a challenge for somebody who, you said you didn't draw before, you weren't drawing before. Was it a challenge for you to start drawing Neurographica?
Um,
Was it difficult? Was there anything that
yeah, it was pretty amateur, I think. I was drawing with like a colored Sharpie pen that I bought, and it just the really technical challenges like ink bleed. You know, you put this pen down, and just kind of it just grows on the paper. It's like, oh, I didn't want it to do that, and it's just funny things like that. And so, yeah, all these pens and things here, I didn't own a single one of these 6 months ago. Um, and so, I like learning things and experimenting with different mediums as well. Um, but yeah, my drawings were. I think I tried to follow some of Anna's classes that she has for free. There was maybe about 30 of those on her channel, I think, when I first started. And so I just copied those before I ever took one of these classes. And uh, yeah, they were interesting. It definitely got me more interested in the process. Um, but yeah, without a doubt, all of the classes that I've taken with you, so I've done the basic user course, and I think the majority of the master classes on each weekend. I think I've done those over the past 6 months, and yeah, just this more. Um, I like to know the reason why you need to do something. So not just don't just tell me what to do and I'll copy it, because then my drawing will just look the same as yours. You know, if I like to invent my own things, and being taught the method and the meaning behind doing it. So when you draw a line, when you're rounding, why would you do that? And then uh, I've challenged you a few times saying, "Oh, I'm not sure that really makes sense for me." And then we talk about it and say, "Okay, I can see what you're trying to achieve, but for me, I would like to do it this way," and that's totally okay as long as the general principle is still met and you're still achieving what you're meant to be achieving through the process. So yeah, I think yeah, I would recommend to anyone to take that course, the basic user course. It definitely gets you a good uh, foundation, and it opens the door to you making it your own as well, not just copying other people.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you very much. And it was a pleasure to have you in our classes. Um, I'm sure we'll see each other more on the Facebook group and in the master classes. Have a nice day for you, and thank you again.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.